Jason Shron here from Rapido Trains UK. I'm at one of our factories in China, and I thought I would take you through the manufacturing process, and you can see how we're making our J52 switching engine or something. It's a British name, whatever. This is the engineering department. It's nice and air conditioned in here. And so here are the engineers. They've got samples of the J52 they've put together, and they're now looking at the 3D design of the model, just making sure they've got all the parts they need for production. He's also got some really cool Southern Pacific cabooses, but this is a British video, so I'm not supposed to really care about that. So I'll just, but they've got full interior. Oh, forget it. Okay, moving right along. This shipment just arrived about 5 minutes ago. These are all the circuit boards that go inside the J52. And so they've got, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to open it because I have to count them here. But you can see they've got capacitors. That's so you don't lose some power on it. The stay alive, keep alive, whatever we're calling it now. And then there's the decoder plug for the 18-pin decoder. And there's all these other little plugs because it's much better to plug stuff in than to wire it in case you have to repair it later. This is the assembly workshop where right now we've got 2 tables filled with people cutting stuff off screws. So just like your models from home, like if you're going to build a model yourself, it all comes on screws in a box. We get huge amounts of screws. Okay, check this out over here. Look at the size of the boxes here, full of screws. These ones are all the ones we've already clipped parts from. So the workers then clip all these parts from the screws, which then are prepared for painting, for decoration, for whatever. But it is actually takes a long time, days and days of 20, 30 people just cutting parts off screws. Okay, so this here, back on the assembly table, what we're doing now, we've got these wonderful etched brass bits. Can you see those? You zoom in, you can't see that, it's really far. My focus, okay, whatever. Etched brass bits, they're steam engine parts, I have no idea what they are. This is a stamping machine, and what we're doing now is we're stamping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts at the same time. That makes it easier to decorate them, and then we cut them out of the little etch frame, whatever you call it, afterwards. Again, I have no idea what this is for. It's for some thing on the J52, but it's nice. Okay, there's thousands and thousands of parts that we're installing on J52s because we're making thousands of models. And each one has to be sometimes painted and touched up. So here we have parts that have already been painted, and now they're being touched up by hand with a brush. It's taking a really long time, but we're gonna get there. Okay, this is all the die-cast stuff for the J52. So we've got lots of boilers here. We've got frames and everything. They're all die-cast, and then what this lady is doing is she is cleaning the parts off. They have to be cleaned with a solvent to get rid of something from the die casting process. Otherwise, the paint won't stick properly. So that's what she's doing here. And then after they're cleaned with a solvent, another worker here comes with an air gun and...
Hi folks, it's Corwin in the edit room here. Just a quick one, we would never ever usually allow Jason to operate equipment, but in this case he was left unsupervised, and this is the unfortunate result. We're sorry for this.
We're in the paint shop here in the factory, and what we've got is we've got J52 backheads in the paint shop. So we use a copper paint mask, which our worker here is cleaning it out. The copper is finely ground to be super, super, super sharp. Okay, she's got brass colored paint. Here you have before and after. So she's just painted on the brass, I guess these are gauges or something. Again, it's a British steam engine, I know nothing about it, but they look like gauges. Anyway, that's what she's doing. And so all those different colored parts that you see in the back end of a Rapido steam engine are all painted individually using these painting masks. It's really cool how they do it. In fact, they're so finely ground that you can get a really, really sharp line with these masks. We're in the Tampo pad printing room here. What this lady's doing is she's setting up the pad printing machine to put the Great Northern Railway, I think I'm assuming that's what GNR stands for because it's a British thing. She's adjusting it So to get everything lined up perfectly, sometimes you have to smack the thing by like a fraction of a millimeter, and then you can see it's got 4 different colors that it prints one after another. And then she's going to inspect it and see how it looks, and then adjust the machine if it's not perfectly aligned. This guy over here, he's doing the lining on the tanks of the J52. We've got a 3-color machine. It looks like gray, yellow, and orangey, reddish. And then he's actually, you can get that into focus, it does all 3 of the lines at once, and that's do that all the way around the tank here. That's how you get your lining in there. If your model has fingerprints on it, they're mine. It's actually a very clever design. This is a Tampo machine. I think it originally came from Germany. But what it does is you've got a metal plate with a reverse of the image, and then these scrapers scrape ink onto the plate and off the plate. Then the silicone pad picks up the ink and then prints it on there. And the silicone allows you to have a variety. It can go over not just a flat surface, it can go over a very variegated surface on there. It's really cool. That's where we are in terms of J52 production today. By the time you see this, they'll have moved on to other steps. They're going to be assembling, they're going to be gluing, they're going to be testing, they're going to be running in motors, they're going to be wiring up lights. All these processes to get your J52 to be complete and a beautiful model that you're all going to love. And hopefully they're going to be in your hands before the end of the year. And I'm standing beside the next project the factory's working on, which is a cryo-trans reefer HO scale. I got to tell you, you put this on a British track, it's going to smash your platform edges, it's going to break through your bridges, break through your tunnels. They're so big, but that's a story for another day. Until next time, all the best from Jason, Rapido Trains UK, here at the China factory.